how's it going? Welcome to our fourth video in our garden makeover series where we've been working on the front flower beds of one of our friends' homes. In the first video, we shaped all the flower beds, cut out sod, and laid landscape fabric. The second video, we tackled all the drip irrigation and got all that set up. The third video, I planted all the anchor plants. So we did some evergreens, some shrubs, some perennials. And in this video, I want to put all the fluff in. So all of the pretty annuals, we're going to plant up all the containers. There's 4 of them total, 2 of this size. There's one on the far corner and then also one right up here on the patio. And then we're going to mulch everything. So what I want to do is set up the camera and just get everything put in. You guys will get to see it all come together, and then we'll do a little tour and talk about all the plants. So here we go. It's the next day and I think everything looks absolutely beautiful. I love the way all the plants look together, how everything in combination with each other, it just looks like a peaceful, beautiful garden. I can't even believe that we went from, you know, kind of a blank slate to this in just a matter of a couple of days. I actually was really nervous. We got all of the annuals in the ground, we got everything mulched, containers planted, and then a huge storm moved through and the wind was howling almost all night. And so I was super nervous for all the plants. I was hoping that everything was going to still be standing upright this morning. In fact, it moved in a lot cooler temperatures. We're toward the end of June and it's 69 is the high today, and it's really chilly this morning, which is insane for June weather here in Eastern Oregon. So I want to give you a little tour more specifically on the annuals that I used in the area because I've already talked through all the other plants. But overall, in terms of design, I think we were able to capture what our friends were going for. They wanted to be really heavy on foliage color and texture rather than a lot of colorful blooms. And then we incorporated some white and kind of creamy white blooms in. So I think it gives it a really peaceful look. And as these plants grow, just kind of imagine it's going to look like a really full kind of cottagey garden toward the end of the summer. So let's just start on the end of this flower bed and we'll work our way down. So right here around the pine and the gingerwine 9-bark, I put in some lime-thyme Coleus because I thought with the color of the house, this kind of citrusy green color would look really pretty and bring a little pop and shine to the area. And as we move this way, I've got dipped in wine Coleus, which we accidentally broke the tops off of a couple of them when we were planting, which is not a big deal. Coleus grow really fast. And I did want to mention that the limettas this year will not probably put on a whole bunch more growth, but in the end, you know, they'll be kind of right up in here. So in future years, the growth of the Coleus and the growth of the limettas, the heights won't compete, but they may compete this year because Coleus sometimes grows, you know, between 2 and 3 feet tall. But you can size control them by pinching the tops off, which is basically what we did right here. So as they grow, you can come in and just with your fingers, just pop the tops off and it'll make them thicken up and stool out and be wider rather than tall. And then in front of the dipped in wine, we've got some diamond frost euphorbia just for a really delicate kind of feathery white bloom in there. And then silver bullet artemisia, which is actually a zone 5. So it's technically a perennial here. I had some come back in my flower beds, but we thought that the layer of colors would be gorgeous here. So we've got the green, we've got red with a little tinge of yellow, we've got the silvery blue. And you know, in landscape designs, I always tend to like to look for 4 colors: green, red, yellow, and blue. I always like to try to have those 4 colors in every area. It's something that my mom taught me. And that way they just kind of play off each other. And it doesn't have to be a huge splash of any one of those colors. You know, the yellow in this area is not super huge, but just having that little touch just really brightens it. And I suppose you could consider this kind of a yellow because it's on the yellowy side of green. Right here, now this is a favorite of mine this year. It's brand new, I think this year. It's called Golden Dreams Coleus. I planted some in several areas of our garden and I'm just loving it. It really, really shines. So I wanted to put it close to the walkway around the lemony lace elderberry. We've got more diamond frost euphorbia and then Supertunia latte. I mean, beautiful. Look at this. I think that the color, the throat color of the latte looks really great with the Golden Dreams Coleus. And that kind of finishes off this area, other than I did pop a purple fountain grass back in here because the lemony lace won't put on a lot of growth this year, but this will kind of come up, hide this, and be a really nice soft billowy texture back here. And then of course the containers, we did run drip up through the bottom. So these are all, other than weekly fertilizing, are low maintenance. I used a Golden Dreams Coleus, a Skyrocket Pennisetum. We've got an Angel Face Cascadia White. I think that's right. These are a cascading type Angelonia, and I just absolutely love the texture of these. They give a really unique look, I think. This is a Sweet Caroline Sweetheart Lime Sweet Potato Vine, and then a Super Bells White, which we did on the other side. We just mirrored the same arrangement on that side of the sidewalk. Okay, so down here, I used Supertunia White on this side, and you guys know how Supertunias grow. I just put one here because it will definitely fill up this area. And then as we go back, we've got more Diamond Frost Euphorbia, Golden Dreams Coleus. And then I just popped a few of the same Coleus over here to kind of draw your interest over. There's a Golden Dreams tucked in right back here, Supertunia White, dipped in wine Coleus. And I just tucked a few Supertunia White in and around the perennials because, you know, first year gardens are not typically very full, and annuals are a really inexpensive way, especially if you use a Supertunia or particularly a Supertunia Vista. If you can get your hands on some of those, they're a great inexpensive way to fill up a lot of space. There is a trio of purple fountain grass. So there's one here, this is the one in the center, one right back here, and one here. I think the colors are beautiful. So again, we have blue, red, green, and I mean, technically you could call lemon jade yellow on the top. This one has kind of a yellowy tinge to it, but I think it's really harmonious, the color. And then we drew over some of the Artemisia on this side. Again, check this out, red, yellow, green, blue. And they all look absolutely beautiful together, I think. And then we put a self-watering container over here on this side because there is a little concrete pad that's maybe like 2 feet by 2 feet right underneath this pot. So we thought a self-watering container would be really nice. I've got a Toffee Twist Carex, which is a little bit windblown from last night's storm, in the back here. Super Bells White, Goldilocks Creeping Jenny, and a Peachberry Ice Heuchera. So they can, at the end of this season, either try to winter over the two in the front here because they are perennial, or they can pop them out and put them in the landscape somewhere. And we also came up here on the little porch and planted up one of the containers they already had up here. And I love this little seating arrangement. I think it's the cutest thing. I love these chairs. Kind of want to find some for my own house. But I used another Peachberry Ice Heuchera, a Lime Time Coleus, an Angel Face Cascade White Angelonia, and a Super Bells White. So that pretty much wraps up the tour of all the plants. Now, you wouldn't have to come in here and do this all in one fell swoop. We just thought it would be fun to tackle this whole area and make it complete, like from blank slate to finished product, to show you kind of the process that we go through. And we don't often do an area completely every single year. Like, you can start with just your evergreens the first year, like cut out your flower beds, get your mulch down so that it looks nice and tidy, and then just plant your anchor plants. And then maybe do shrubs the next year, and then maybe do perennials. You know, you can do it however your budget allows or your time allows, but in the end, you can end up with something really gorgeous like this. So I just really hope that this video is helpful to you guys, because I know often we don't really take a step completely back and show you every single step in really, good detail. So I hope that it helped in that way, and then I hope it maybe inspired you to tackle some new areas in your yard. So thank you guys so much for watching these videos, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.